sunshine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Topic number 334 today. I did have to check my numbers there. I'm going to freestyle this one. Absolutely. I'm going to have a chat to you about preparing for the festive season. And I'm not going to talk about all the things that you need to do in your sales and and all of that. I'm going to talk to you about the things that I want you to be aware of as we hit this busy part of the year. The things start to tick up for us. What I see from my side of things is the number of hacking attempts, the number of exploitation attempts that occur. It starts, well, I'm not going to say it starts. There's the hacking attempts on servers where, as schools let out, it does tend to coincide with, as schools let out, we start to see hacking attempts on servers go up, people trying to get in and trying to compromise web servers. And I often call them script kiddies. I really think it's people, or the youngsters, those that are at school, those that are finishing up uni for the period, get bored. They've got some time on their hands. They've learned all this stuff at school, so why don't we go and try it? And they manage to find these websites where they have a list of compromised web servers, or servers that may or may not be compromised, or servers that may or may not be running older software that can be more easily compromised. And they get this little toolkit that's put up by a hacker, and they pay their $60 an hour for an hour's space on a web server somewhere, and they go to town and they start to try and attack a server and get through to a server. And it's unfortunate that a certain percentage of those, I'm going to say a high percentage of those, are actually successful. And I want to talk about why they're successful and how you can protect yourself against those, and get onto a few other things. So the reason those are successful are for a number of those reasons I just highlighted. One is the web server itself has been compromised. It hasn't been maintained properly. This software is older. The PHP version hasn't been updated, and it's now no longer supported. So there's no longer security patches going. Apache hasn't been updated. MySQL hasn't been updated. All the baseline software that goes to run the server so that your website will show hasn't been updated, or not all of it, but some of it. And that is a point of exploitation. That doesn't happen as often as it used to. If you are using a reputable hosting provider, particularly, that shouldn't happen. You are absolutely responsible for checking that you're running the right versions of, or the latest versions of PHP and such. And if you don't know, you can reach out to your hosting provider and ask them, or reach out to your developer or your support person and ask them to check it for you. However, so that's the server level. That's the lowest level we can get. Well, it's not. We've got the physical layer, but I'm not going to cover physical hacking because these things are all in secure data centers. So, but as long as you've got a reputable hosting provider, you're going a long way already to protect yourself at that level. The next level up is the level that you are responsible for. You may outsource this to someone like myself, but that is making sure that the software that your website is running is actually kept up to date and patched. So in the case of a WordPress website, and I talk about WordPress because that's what we use a lot, is one of the most popular pieces of software to build websites with today. With WordPress and with all the associated plugins, you need to make sure you are updating those regularly. It isn't just about getting the new features in. It is really about the fact that a number of the patches that come through have got security patches on them. It's not necessarily that the coder has done a bad job and deliberately created or even accidentally created this security vulnerability. It's they're patching into a particular function in the lower level software, the PHP, the Apache, all of that, and that's been seen to have a problem, and that gets patched, and then they need to patch their bit so that that gap gets, that filled in, if you like. So there is an interaction there. So it's really important that you keep your website software up to date. Patch your WordPress software, patch your plugins, update them. If it says there's an update there, run the update. Now, the big problem with this is that those updates come through at any day, time of the day, any day of the week. And I know that I will run updates on Saturday morning, or one of my team will run updates on Saturday morning on our websites that we maintain. So we maintain a whole heap of client websites. And then I'll log in that afternoon and go, did they run the patch? Oh, they did. That's just the updates that have come through today after we've done all of the updates that were already there. So we have a regular schedule of when we update the sites rather than going in every day and doing it. They come back to automating those updates shortly in a minute. But it's really important that you keep those updates going. If you haven't done your updates, if you are unsure about running updates, if you're concerned that running the updates is going to break your site, and that was really something that used to worry us 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't that it was unstable, it's just there was so many interdependencies, and we'd update a plugin and it would break something in the site and nothing would run, and we'd have to get in and fix it. That's a less of an issue today, but I certainly do understand if you want to be a little bit more conservative about that, particularly with a production website. You can reach out to an organization like mine. It is what we do for clients, is run those updates. If the updates fail, we will fix it. If a plugin can't be updated, we will look for a replacement and try and replace it, or make recommendations to you as to how you can replace it and the things that you need to do to replace it. So that's the next part of it. The other thing to consider with your websites is making sure that you know who your admin users are. And if you have someone who is on as an admin and they are no longer part of your organization, or they're no longer giving you support, or haven't given you a support in a while, remove their login. Either downgrade them to being a subscriber, or delete the login entirely. If you're going to delete the login, make sure when the little message comes up that says allocate all of their posts and pages to another user, that you actually allocate them to your main admin user. Otherwise you'll lose them. It will break the site again. So there's a couple of things there, but make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you do a review on who all your users are on your website. If you're running a membership site, it becomes a little more tricky because a lot of the members are added as users. So make sure that your users only have the level of privileges, permissions that they absolutely must have to be able to use your membership site. And if you're not sure on that, again, reach out to someone to do an audit on that and make some recommendations to you. These are all the things that can get that where you've got these little holes that someone can get in and just, oh, I can get in that hole. What else can I do? Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. And that hole slowly gets bigger and bigger. And before you know it, your website has been hacked. They've put up a page on it. The worst ones that happen is they upload some software to your website, or to your server through your website, and then that software is used to do phishing and email out type things. It's really, yeah, it's quite nasty, and trying to clean them off takes a while. It's something that will take me a couple of hours to clean out, and make sure that we're happy that it's clean. And then we're always watching to see if it comes back. Like, we watch for a long time to make sure it doesn't come back. Make sure they haven't put a secondary backdoor in, or a tertiary backdoor in, so that they can get back in. So these are all the things that you need to think about, like just running your website. Make sure you are aware of all of these. Make sure you are patching, make sure you're upgrading, make sure you are clearing out your user lists, your membership lists, your user lists, and people have only got the level of access that they need. If you don't need them as administrators, remove them. If you had someone come in as a contractor 2 or 3 years ago and their login is still on the site, delete it. Please get rid of it. If you need to give them access again, you can log back in and give them access again. Again, if you're not sure on any of these things and you want some assistance, please do reach out. You can join us on our locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. That's a great place to have conversations like this. I can actually give you some a degree of support for free via that community. You can try DMs. Again, there's a certain number of things we can do for free for you, and if you need to, we can then look at a paid consultancy type thing to really make sure you're secure. Okay, so that's your website side of things, your server and your website. Email is the next thing I'm going to talk about. Make sure you have, I hate to say it, reset your email password regularly. Email is one of the things that can, if it gets compromised, if your email gets compromised, that tends to be the center of everything. If you register for saying it's that email address that's used, people, when they want to send a password reset, will send it to that email address. So if that email gets compromised, they kind of get the keys to the house. So make sure, or keys to the castle. So make sure that your email is secure. If you haven't reset your password in a while, maybe consider doing it. If you're really worried that you're going to forget that you've changed your password and you don't know what you've changed it to, get yourself a password manager. I use and recommend Zoho Vault. That's pretty good. And RoboForm. They're two really good password managers that are secure, and you can save your passwords to them. They can go across multiple devices, so it doesn't matter where you are, you'll have access to them. I certainly do not recommend using the password managers on your browsers. They may be secure. I just have a high degree of hesitancy about it. There we go. So make sure your email is secure. Make sure your phones and your devices are secure. So your phones, I have my screen locked. It can't be used unless I use one of my fingerprints, or I enter the passcode that I've entered on it. Make sure you have locked it up. For your applications, make sure you lock your applications as well. So your accounting, your email app, your password manager, make sure you've got your mission critical applications locked as well. So it's not just you log into your phone and you unlock your phone and you've got access to it. When you run your app, it should challenge you to enter your passcode or tap your finger or something to access that as well. I highly recommend that, particularly in this day and age. Okay, so we've done the web server, we've done our website, we've done our email, we've done our devices. Let's talk about where other compromises can come in, and they can come in through your email. There will be any number of emails that come through. Well, they come through regularly anyway. I notice an uptick in them around this time of year and around some of the holiday times of the year. And they're the ones that say, oh, your internet banking has been compromised. Log in and change your password. Click here. And it looks like a really good, like it looks good. It's a really good facsimile of an email that comes from your bank. The telling points there is that they'll probably put a link in that says click here. That will, touch wood, but generally it will take you to a site that is a phishing site, and it will get your login name, it will get your email address, and it will get your password, and that then goes on to a list into the dark web, or the back parts of the web, the deep parts of the web, where people then use that to go and try any other number of accounts with those details to see what they can access through it. If you are using the same password across all of your multiple services, that's where it becomes a problem. So really be vigilant for the emails that come through. If it's asking you to log in and change your password, get out of the application, get out of the email, go to a browser, go to the website for the browser and enter the URL manually. Don't click on links. Don't follow links from emails. Do everything manually. You will save yourself a whole heap of pain and heartache by doing that. If you can always ring the bank yourself. You can always ring the service provider yourself and say, hey, listen, I've just got this email. Is it legit? is this something I should worry about, or is this a spam? There are things that tell you, like you can look at and say, yeah, these are spam messages. The email address they come from will generally be some gobbledygook or not related email address. The domain name at the end of the email address will not be from the bank it's come from. It might say that the name is, like in my case, it might say it's from Charly Leetham or Ask Charly Leetham. But then when you go and look at the email address, it's probably frednerk at interstellargateways.com or something. Now that's a telling factor. If it says it's from Ask Charly Leetham and the domain name doesn't match the company that you think it should be from, that's probably that is something that you should use as a red flag and say, I'm not going to do anything with this. I'll go and get advice, or I'll go and check it manually myself. So please do watch out for the emails that come in. Be ultra vigilant at this time of year. SMSs, I am seeing an uptick this year in the number of SMSs that are coming through saying, oh, your account's been compromised, or oh, you've been given a fine from the road traffic authority. Log in and check your account now. Here's a link. That if you haven't been traveling, if you don't have a toll saver, if you haven't been on a toll road, I'll guarantee you that they are absolutely phishing for you. They're phishing emails, SMSs. They want you to log in so that they can get your details. If you are at all unsure, don't ring the number that it come from. You probably won't get through anyway. It'll probably tell you it's not connected. It's an SMS only number. Get on to whoever it is that's sending. If it says it's RTA, Road Traffic Authority in New South Wales, get on to Road Traffic Authority in New South Wales and say, would you guys have sent out an SMS? How do I check it? If you've got a RTA New South Wales account, log in. Go and manually log into the account and find out. But don't trust things that come through on SMS either. They are being spoofed, so they're looking to be from someone else, and they're actually from a malicious third party. So SMS is one. Dad got one the other day, and he said to me, "Here, look at this," and I looked at it and went, "That's really good." It was really hard to pick that it was actually wrong. I managed to pick up a couple of things on it and said, no, don't. Let's just go and check the site itself. And yeah, it was a spoof SMS. So watch your SMSs. Finally, I mean, not finally, there's going to be so many more that come up overall, but I don't want to sort of go on and on and on about it. I just want to give you a heads up as to what you need to be watching out for. Social media. Your instant messages, not just social media, but your instant messages, your Messenger, your WhatsApp, your Signal, your Telegram, whatever else, even Discord now, whatever else, people will be sending you links. People will be messaging you saying, hi, how you doing? It's mum, I'm stuck. Can you send me some money? You might get a message through that looks like it's from another organization. Again, so much like you're getting your email, oh, your account's been compromised, click here to verify it. I have actually, that's a good one too. I have been noticing Facebook pages have been getting messages on Instant Messenger, on Facebook Messenger saying, or just even notifications saying your page has been highlighted as having hateful speech or having hate speech or inappropriate content. Click here to view and verify that this isn't the case. They're phishing. And you can normally tell because they'll come from something like Facebook integrity department, and then you look at the link that it's getting. It doesn't have a Facebook link. It doesn't have Facebook in the link at all. Or if it does, it's like Facebook integrity department.com. They're spoofs. Don't click on them. So be ultra vigilant with your messengers and your instant messengers as well this year. If a friend contacts you and says, hi, it's so-and-so, and it looks like it to be your friend, and then they say to you, oh, look, I'm stuck. Can you send me money? Unless you know that person is stuck, unless you can verify that person is stuck, I'm going to say, please don't do that. That is one of the oldest scams on the book. They'll contact you, they'll have a chat with you about how you're doing on everything. And then it's like, oh, listen, I'm stuck. I've run, my card's been cancelled. Can you send me some money so that I can, might only be $80, might be $100, but then they'll, that is a scam. So just be vigilant, be really aware of it. I'm going to say be paranoid. Be slightly paranoid about your security. It's I'm not going to say it's getting worse. We just see an uptick at this time of year, and we ourselves get really busy and tired, and our own surveillance of it tends to die off a bit. So just keep it front of mind for me, guys, please. So keep yourself safe. And if you've got any questions or you want to know about these sorts of things, or you're having issues, reach out. You can leave comments on these videos wherever you're watching or listening to them. I will respond. You can reach us via our DMs on any of our social media channels. I will respond to those. Come across and join us on our locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. That's probably the best place to have a conversation. And if you need, if you need a consult to make sure your website's up to speed, it's all secure and such, or as secure as it can be, reach out. I'd love to have a chat to you about how we can help you. It doesn't, if you don't, that's okay too. Just make sure you're safe. That's all I want. All right, guys, look, have a great day. I know I'm doing this early, but it's better to do this one early, and I may well redo it a bit later on as well as we get closer to Christmas. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow with another topic. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. See you guys. Bye.